Hello friends, Sero here on a journey of becoming myself, Zero to Sero. How are you? How are you really? Are you okay? So when we are asked of these questions, do we answer them with full honesty or even a slight honesty? I have found in this season being more aware of how I'm feeling, to know that it's actually okay to be okay as well as okay to be not okay. And in ways I have learned to simply say, I'm fine, everything's great, thanks, and just walk by, while maybe the invitation is actually see someone, ask someone with our heart and soul, how are you? How are you really? Because in seasons like going from Good Friday season to Easter season of celebration, we forget, but that does not mean it doesn't exist. There is a Saturday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So during a season like Saturday of waiting for Easter and all the unknown of the Easter, as we mourn the loss of Good Friday and what it meant to just sit in that weight of grieving and lamenting, we may just feel the weight of that silence, the silence from the Lord. So, how are you? I think for me personally in this season, I've been having to lean into that silence that I feel that exists in our community, as well as in the ways that I have allowed myself to be silent, be silenced, as well as numb myself when I am even answering, are you okay? I'm okay, everything's fine. Instead of simply saying, I'm okay, but there's some sadness. I'm okay, I am well, even in midst of ... So as I think about that, there is a book as well as a movie that came out, I believe, a couple years ago called Silence by Shukaiku Endo is the author. And there's a part where that really just convicts me about the silence, that I may feel like, how Jesus, God himself is silent to us, with us. But here's a quote. But our Lord was not silent. Even if he had been silent, my life until this day would have spoken of him. But I often actually do forget that he was not, is not silent, even when it feels like he is. And the challenge of, even if he had been silent, my life until this day would have spoken of him, the quote, in ways that challenges me. How is my life being loud and speaking of his love, not just simply by my words, but my everyday, ordinary actions in life? So I do think most painful act of love performed at times, it is blurring the line of us and them, and to be able to just recognize we may have to give ourselves permission to feel the silence of the season, of the time, of the community, and that it is okay for us to feel not okay with it and the pain of that silence. So the Lord has suffered beside us and has never been silent, because his love is loud and warm and bigger than anything we are able to comprehend with. But maybe it is us that has been silent. Maybe it is our lives that often choose to be silent in the midst of the silence Saturday. and that's okay. So whatever season you may be in, whatever season we may be in that midst of Saturday, may we have the courage to be invited to live loved, to live as a missionary in our everyday, ordinary lives, for our lives to be speaking loud of His love. For being a missionary isn't simply just going somewhere out there, but it is simply living out His love with the humble heart of a servant, willing to learn what He has already been doing and speaking in and through us. So how are you? I'm okay. I am well, even when I am sad. Thank you for being part of my journey of becoming. 고맙습니다.